stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. For real. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
319.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Flex round. Flex round.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Flex round. Flex round.
Looking to throw. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Ohio. Ohio.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Now they'll run on the draw. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Now back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. Here comes Cobb. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packers making their way out. As we look back to last year, I don't know that anybody foresaw how things would play out. Heavy favorites in the NFC North, but the injury to Aaron Rodgers that cost him more than half the season, ultimately too much to overcome.
And when you think about how Green Bay has played over the last 10 years, there's been a lot of sameness to them. And that's been good. Continuity, offense, defense, coaching staff. But a lot of changes in the offseason for Green Bay, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You'll see a severe shakeup there. But the best thing for them, Aaron Rodgers, still in a Green Bay uniform. 16 games from Aaron Rodgers always makes Green Bay a contender for a Super Bowl crown.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rodgers going to throw. Forced out to his left. That's complete to Sharp. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Rodgers to throw once more. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. In for the score. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, be able to get it to them.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball, my coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the small.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Now he's going to go deep down the left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
319, 26, 319.
On first down, Green, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now Rodgers to throw on second down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Hey, 88. Hey, where y'all going?
To throw on second down, Rodgers. Pass incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Right.
And again, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. He can run, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now Hester will get a shot. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. For the Bears last season, Charles, as they come out here, a 2-game improvement, but when you go from 3-13 to 5-11, not enough to save their coaching staff. So in comes 40-year-old Matt Nagy. He's the new head coach and seems to be bringing a new optimism with it.
Yeah, and you hate to put too much on the shoulders of not just a new head coach, but a second-year quarterback in Mitchell Trubisky. But this is the city of broad shoulders, and I think that he has them, and he's looking forward to working with this new crew. And similar to teams that really elevated with coaching changes, the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams last year, I think that can happen here in Chicago as well because of the structure they'll put in place for this quarterback. Head coach who knows quarterbacks, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach. They will really work with this guy, and I think that this team has a chance to roll.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Returnable here for Hester. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. And on the ground they go with a running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Here's Booker on the catch. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
He'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ohio!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears have broken the tie. And he'll bang that one through. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 6.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And Marshall's got it. There he goes, Brandon Marshall. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Brandon Marshall, 66 yards. And the Bears have broken the tie. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gold now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with now 3 week-run touchdowns. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. Marshall, the intended receiver. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tramon Williams there to break that one up.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Back to throw. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And before the conversion attempt, we'll get a timeout call by the offense. And that'll leave them with only 1 remaining in this second half. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Here comes Cobb. Oh, what a move. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
To throw is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Rodgers. Flushed out right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rodgers to throw. As his guys are in for 6, and the Packers have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give him the advantage.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 50 yards. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah,
and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will not get there as the try for two is unsuccessful. And they will remain down by a point. And partner, this first week